Today we're going to talk about using proportions to find missing sides of similar shapes and polygons. I would like for you to copy down this definition of polygon. Polygon is a plane shape having 3 or more sides. This is a polygon. These two are not polygons because this one has an arc and this one has an opening. The next definition I want you to copy down is similar polygons. Similar polygons are the same shape, have same angles, with different side lengths. And if you need to, pause the movie now and write down these definitions. If you notice, these shapes are a little bit different than the shapes we've been working on in class. Before, we were given a big shape and a small shape, or a small shape and a big shape. Today, we have a big shape with a small shape inside of it. So looking up top, this tells me that triangle DEF is similar to triangle UEV. So I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to look at triangle DEF. And then I'm going to look at triangle UEV. UEV. And if I notice, they're both right triangles. One is bigger than the other. And what I'm going to do is underneath, I'm going to draw each of these triangles. So I'm going to do D, E, F, and then U, E, V. So please draw those for me on your paper. Now this little question or statement is telling me to find the length of UV. Here is UV, so I'm going to put an X there, because that's the one I'm trying to find. And I see that DE, I don't know the measurement, DF is 28, so I'm going to write a 28 there. And FE is the 9 and the 3 feet, so I'm going to have to add them together. And 9 plus 3 gives me 12 feet. Now I already know I'm trying to find UV, so I need one more side on my smaller shape. And if I look up here, I do not have UE. I do have EV, which is just the 3 feet. So now I can set up my proportion. So I have triangle DEF, and I'm going to put that over top of UEV. And I'm going to start with my 28 feet, which is from D to F. And if I look up here, D matches up with U, F matches up with V. So UV will go underneath. And the next measurement I have for my big triangle DEF is FE, which is 12. And if I look up here, FE matches up, corresponds with EV. And if I look at my little triangle, EV is 3 feet. And now I have a proportion, and I know that I can do my means times my means, 12 times x, and that is equal to my extremes times my extremes, 28 times 3. Now I cannot do 12 times x because I don't know what x is, so I'm just going to write 12x equals 28 times 3. And I'm going to stick that in my calculator, 28 times 3, and I get 84. So 12 times x is equal to 84. Since I don't know what x is, and that's what I'm trying to find, I'm going to do the opposite and divide both sides by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1, so we cancel that out. And we get x equals 84 divided by 12. It's already the 84s in my calculator, so I'm going to do divide by 12, hit enter, and I get 7. So the x is 7. But up here I wanted to know the length of UV, so I'm going to write UV, line segment, is equal to 7 feet, because we have to label it. Now for my second shape, they tell me that R, S, T, U, trapezoid, is similar to H, J, T, U. So I'm going to trace over top of that one. So I have a bigger trapezoid and a smaller trapezoid. I'm going to do the same thing as I did over here. I'm going to draw those trapezoids. So I have my big trapezoid first, which is R, S, T, U. And then I'm going to draw my smaller trapezoid, which is H, J, T, U, H, J, T, U. And I see they want me to find the length of HJ, so we're going to put an X there, and there's an X right there. And now I'm going to look at my pictures to get some more measurements. I know RS is 56, so down here is RS. I don't know UT, I don't know ST, but I do know RU is 10 and 4, so I'm going to add those together, and I get 14 feet for RU. And then for my smaller trapezoid, JT, I don't know JT. TU, I don't know TU. UH, U to H is just the 4. So I'm going to put my 4 in there. And now I'm going to match up my two shapes. R, S, T, U over top of H, J, T, U. And I'm going to look here, and I'm going to start with RS, which is 56. And when I look back at my name, RS corresponds or matches up with HJ. HJ is X, so I'm going to put my X there. And then my other side on the RSTU is RU, which is 14. And RU corresponds or matches up with HU on the little trapezoid. So when I look up here, HU is 4. And now I have a proportion, and I know that my means times my means, 14 times X, is equal to my extreme times my extreme, 56 times 4. And I can't multiply 14 times X, so we just write 14 with an X next to it, because that means to multiply. And then I'm going to do 56 times 4, stick it in my calculator. And I get 224. So 14 times X equals 224. I want to do the opposite. And I want to divide both sides, because it's an equation, by 14. 14 divided by 14 is 1, so we get rid of that, and we're left with X. And in my calculator, 224 divided by 14, I'm just going to hit divide by, because the 224 is already there, 14, and I get 16. So for this shape, X is 16, but it doesn't want to know X, it wants to know HJ. So underneath, I'm going to write HJ segment is equal to 16, and it's meters. And I'm going to circle that up. If you need to, rewind back to follow along with me. I want you to do on your paper, there are 1, three similar problems like I just did. If you need to go back and watch how I did the other ones, you may. And when you are finished, any questions that you may have, please write them down, and when you come in tomorrow, we'll share them and discuss them.